Time for In the Know with high-profile real estate executive Tom Diller. This show covers everything about today's market, from real estate, lending, investing news, market news, and more. The greatest thing is, hear from real estate market insiders and the market's movers and shakers. Be in the know with Tom Diller. Without further ado, here is the host of our show, Mr. Tom Diller.
Everybody, how you doing? This is In the Know with Tom Diller, KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. Thank you so much for joining us. Apologize for that faux pas. Joe has so much on his mind. He has an organizer organizing his life. She forgot to organize your queue-up stuff.
I need my brain organized. That's the problem.
You've got like 5,000 buttons over there, most of which I think are fake. And she forgot. They're fake. I know you bought that at like a Star Wars convention or something.
It's hollow.
It totally is hollow.
I got it from a model home.
That's right. That's right. It's a stage thing, right?
It is.
You know who our guests are tonight, Joe?
I want to know, actually.
Sally Shino. Have you heard of Sally Shino?
I have.
It's like a movie star name. I say that her name over and over and over again. Sally Shino.
Is that you?
That's me.
That is her.
My God.
Wait, say her name once. Just see how it
Sally
sounds.
Shino.
See, if she's not a movie star, I know you have connections.
No,
I've
I've heard
star.
that name.
Haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Use your connections and make it happen, Joe.
You know what? Sally Shino, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Sally Shino is the executive director at Premier Luxury Residential or Realty. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I've heard a lot about you. I met you, a couple weeks ago now at a big open house we did at Arizona Academy of Real Estate, which was kind of cool. The band was great. The food was good. There was, a couple hundred people there walking around. You were there eating all the food and
Drinking a lot of wine.
drinking a lot of the wine. That's right. You brought a friend, Kathy.
You gave her a plastic glass?
I'm sorry I did. I know.
You know what? I'm
ones.
offended for you,
Yeah.
Sally. Can I get you a regular glass?
No, this is fine.
It's
Wow.
pure Coca-Cola, by the way. But anyways, you had a friend there that we were doing door prizes, and every name I would call up, if that person wasn't there, your friend would come up and get the gift.
She ended up winning, too.
It was fake though, because I wasn't calling her name. Every name,
You called
somebody,
Kathy.
and she would just come up and grab the gift and smile and say, "This is my gift. I won."
That's awesome.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
I wish I had the nerve and the audacity to do that, but.
You know, I hosted
Christ.
I hosted a casino night for the Florence Chamber of Commerce about, 8 weeks ago, and I'm playing craps with my microphone, and I'm emceeing the whole event, and I won so many tickets, and then the tickets go for prizes, and I was putting them in. I won these 2 big neons, and people started booing me. They were like, "It's fixed." I'm like, I didn't even pick that, and I started feeling guilty.
I would have
Which
Ralph
one?
in the back off.
The 2011?
I won that one.
That's
and,
cool.
and that one.
That's neat.
Joe wins everything. He's just like the coolest guy in the world. I want to be
Wow,
Joe.
thanks, Tom.
I do want to be Joe. Well, thank you.
I got a little emotional
I don't know.
there.
I think he flipped me off.
No, I got a little emotional.
Did you?
It happens.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. A couple weeks ago, I announced that Guaranty Title Agency actually sold the receivables to a huge company called First American Title. And I am now an employee of First American Title Insurance, and I am extremely proud to be an employee. In fact, I brought the sales manager, the gentleman who runs the entire state, the state, probably the world more. I mean, because you're a very calm gentleman. You're very calm about what you do, and you have a huge responsibility. Scott Goddard's here, the sales manager for the state. Scott, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Scott Goddard, too.
Yes, I did. I thought Sally Shino and Scott Goddard are here
That's
today.
what makes you a power player.
Doesn't it?
I don't hear anything about my name being like a movie
Sexy.
star's or any.
It's not that sexy, but that's
No.
okay. But sitting next to Sally Shino,
There we go.
I just can't say Sally Shino. It's Sally Shino.
Oh, thanks.
It just feels good saying it. I'm going to say it all
I'm
going to
say that when I'm sitting in the hot tub. Sally
You're
Shino.
screaming out
Just
Sally
because-
Shino.
I mean,
Tonight with your wife, Sally Shino.
You know what? It's got a good
Yeah.
ring to it. It really does.
It
Been
does.
told that.
It's true.
We need some more Bacardi for her. Oh, no, it's Coke. I'm sorry. It is Coke. But Scott's here to talk about some of the numbers in the state. First American is, and I can't even tell you all the different parts of First American. In fact, the phones are ringing. Let's throw out the phone number so more people can call in. But it's 480-745-1033. So if you'd like to call in to talk to Sally Shino or Scott Goddard, it's 480-745-1033. And both of these folks you're going to hear, they're tremendous professionals that have been in the market in Arizona for many, many years. Scott, I know, 15-plus years in the real estate business. Sally Shino, how long?
About
Do you want to say
since
something, Sally,
2003.
Okay, so she's been doing this for quite a long time too, and an entrepreneur since she was like 19 years old. So we're going to get back to you in 2 seconds here. Scott,
General stuff right now.
let's talk about First American real quick.
That's about it.
And it looks like he needs to turn down his mic real quick.
She's on for the hour.
Okay, so apologize for that. Talk about First American, how large and in scope the company is, because I'm still in awe how large this thing is that I am, again, proud to be a part of. Talk a little bit about the history of First American. I know it's been around for many, many years, all the different companies they own, and he may be breaking in anytime there's a call coming in.
Sally Shino has fans.
Sally
I just want you to
Shino,
know that up front.
Yes, yes.
She has fans. Somebody said, is she going to be on the whole show? I'm like, the whole hour.
She's gonna get. I'm gonna bet $20. I'll throw it up on the table right now. She gets 2 marriage proposals. Oh, wait, are you married?
I guarantee.
Are you married?
Oh,
Sally?
I can
Happily
guarantee
married.
at least
Yeah.
2.
So tonight she
Well,
said
that'll
she's not
happen
married,
anyway.
depending
Sorry.
on the calls that she gets. Or did you say happily married? I'm
Happily
sorry.
married.
She
Okay.
said happily
Okay.
married.
Edit that out. That
Tom's
she's
a
not
troublemaker.
married.
See,
I'll
a
bet
good
you-
one. A good one though.
That's right.
I'll bet you $40 I don't get any.
You're on.
Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause
That's right.
I know you're going to get at least one if you bet me $40.
So tell us a little bit about First American.
Okay. First American is a insurance company, not an insurance agency, and a lot of people don't know the difference. And there's some great insurance agencies out there, some great insurance companies out there. A lot fewer of the insurance companies. Insurance companies write their own paper. That means you get a title policy from First American Title, it's written on First American paper. The big difference with that is every dollar that we insure anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, we need to have the same amount of money in the bank.
World. So the company is worldwide.
We are international.
And you mentioned Australia the other day. Why are you still here? You should be in Australia, just doing the TIs or something in the building.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that in your first day you're like, how do I transfer to Australia?
Actually, my first words were to you, what do I need to do to get you promoted so I can take your role, all right?
That's true.
That's all right? You remember that?
No, it's good. Yeah, we are worldwide. The company's 122 years old.
That's
Wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
It started in Santa Ana, California as Orange Coast Title. So we've been around a long time. We had a lot of growth. We've gone into a lot of different businesses. Our main business for a lot of years was data. We controlled a lot of the data in the world.
Is that CoreLogic's portion of the business?
CoreLogic's portion of the business.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that we actually separated, our two companies separated a year and a half ago. So CoreLogic stands on its own and is not a First American company.
Oh, gotcha. There's still ties or
We're in the same vicinity in California. That's about it.
on the same block, across the road?
Exactly.
Same parking lot?
Is there anybody with the company that's been there since it started?
For the 122 years?
That are alive or dead?
Yeah, no, that's still there working.
Not that I know of, but we've got some
Gotcha.
pretty long-range employees just here in Maricopa County.
And that's one thing that really swayed me. Actually, I didn't really need a lot of swaying, but that was one of the major benefits that I thought, God, this is such a great opportunity. I mean, 12, 15, 20-year employees over there. Just amazing.
We have 35, 40, 44-year employees.
And
Wow.
I can't
Wow.
think of, I mean, everyone's heard of that company. It's like Jell-O. you
right.
know?
It is. It is.
It really is.
He mentioned it started off as Orange County,
Orange Coast Title.
Orange Coast Title. I think I read somewhere that the company came to be to help separate the counties in L.A. There was no L.A. County. They actually were born to separate Orange County to L.A. County, hence help build L.A.
Exactly.
That's huge.
I'm glad to see
Wow.
that you saw the history of the company in your new employee orientation.
I'm trying to earn points here, some brownie points. I did take notes during the orientation. I had to watch it for an hour and a half or so, and I took notes, diligently took notes.
I saw that.
I was so I took a little bit of notes and ate chocolate the rest of the time, but I did learn quite a bit, so that's great. So tell us a little bit about your role, and then we're going to get into some of the stats. I know we always like to talk about the market stats, good time to buy, not a good time, that medium home prices, that sort of thing. So tell us what you do
Gotcha.
over there. And
Well, my role, as you said, is the sales manager. I'm in charge of driving business and in charge of the sales team. Mine is all about growth. Sales is all about having fun, right, Tom?
you know what? We do have a good. We work hard and we play hard. That's what I like to say, and it's true because we do.
But the most important thing is providing value to the real estate community.
Right.
What can we do to help that realtor, to help that entity, to help that bank get more business?
Right.
That's our job.
Right.
And, in turn, become a good business partner.
Outstanding. Now, the entire state, so you can go Yavapai County, Pima County.
Well, you used to be able to do that.
But parts of the company,
Parts of the company. What we've done is First American has direct operations in Maricopa County, Pinal County, and Pima County. We had direct operations all around the state. Well, we recently, probably in the last 24 months, sold those operations.
like Cochise?
Cochise, Yavapai, Mojave, Douglas, Santa Cruz.
Profit thing. There's just not enough transactions going on in those areas, or
It made more sense for us not to be there.
right.
So
That
so
makes
it's still,
sense.
the state's still there. It's just a little smaller than it used to be.
Sure.
But what
Sure.
I'll tell you, and one of the things you and I talked about when you joined the operation is Maricopa County for First American is the second largest single operation in the United States for First American.
That's amazing.
So
That's amazing. When you really think about it, Maricopa County is Arizona. I mean, nothing against the other counties, because there's a lot of beautiful places in Arizona, whether it's southern, northern, east, west, or whatever. Because I ride a motorcycle, I've been to all parts of it, and obviously Arizona is beautiful. That's why I'm here. But the transactions, the economy is based in Maricopa County.
that's exactly
So
right.
That makes sense. So, talk about some of the numbers. How's Gilbert doing? How's Santan Valley doing? How are they looking?
Well, overall, in Maricopa County, Pinal County, it's a great time to buy real estate.
It's funny because the news always tends to be about 6 months behind when it comes to what they're reporting. Not this show, though, because we talk about it right now, what's going on. We bring attorneys on. We bring folks like you guys, realtors that are in the know, and sales managers and attorneys and CPAs and financial planners that are doing the business each and every day, and they know. We get calls from Canada. Is it a good time to buy an investment property? It's like, yeah, get on down here. It's a great time. 3.5% rates. Why not buy?
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's
You
almost
can't
like
beat
using
that.
other people's money when you do
It
that.
is, basically. It is. So let's hear some of those numbers there, Scott.
No, it's great. I mean, as far as total transactions for single-family residences and I'm going to use Maricopa County as an example.
Sure.
We had just a hair under 7,600 last month. And that's a pretty good average.
Yeah.
Out of those 7,600, it fell just a little bit below what we were a year ago, probably less than 4%. But you have to remember, our distressed market has changed. Do we still have a distressed market in Maricopa County and Arizona? Absolutely. But it's not an REO or foreclosure market. It is a very, very strong short sale market.
Right.
And that's important. That really transitioned last November when the short sales started outpacing the REOs.
Right, which is a good thing. So those of you that don't understand the difference, the REO is when the bank really has control of all that. A short sale, the homeowner has control of their destiny, their exit plan. They can choose to not do anything and let the bank foreclose on that property, auction, your house is taken away, or they can work with a realtor like Sally Shino over here and short sell that property. And you'll find that most banks, knock on wood, want to short sell. They don't want to foreclose, right?
Sure.
They don't want that target on them. So are you seeing more short sales in the people you're talking to? Are you finding those types of transactions?
Well, this past year, it seems like the banks are encouraging the short sale because they lost so much money in the last couple of years.
Well, it costs the banks a lot of money to hold those houses.
Right. You want to turn your headphone the other way because you're scraping against the mic there. So turn it this way. So this is over on this side.
The wrong way?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that way. That's okay. No, you're never coming back though. We're not going to ask you back ever again, Sally Shino. You and your friend Kathy, a bunch of troublemakers. So.
We got to have her on next.
we should.
She'll
So
be
you're
part of my team, so.
absolutely.
There you go.
And who's your title company, by the way, that you're going to be using?
This guy over
Trick
here.
question.
3 weeks ago it was going to be Guaranteed Title. Now it's
First American.
there. You go.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. So you're finding a lot more short sales. Is that? There's probably a lot of buyers out there, or a lot of sellers, that are thinking about selling their homes. What do they need to look for to find? I mean, what are the couple? If you were a consumer, I guess you are, but when it comes to real estate, what would you ask the realtor? What are the three main questions you would ask a realtor if you were going to sell your home? That you're upside down, you're distressed, you're pulling your hair out every day, your family life may be falling apart, you're kicking holes in the walls, you're disgusted at what's going on. What do you ask? To stay kind of focused on it's a business transaction. What would you ask a realtor?
What would I ask a realtor?
Yeah. So you're a homeowner and you're under that stress level to interview. So what should they be looking
In a short
for?
sale?
Distress transaction. Yeah. What should they be looking for? A seller.
Well, primarily, I think that when
three things.
I haven't
Sally
had
Sally
enough.
Shino is a little. I coerced her into coming on tonight, and she's just one of those dynamic people that one-on-one she does well. But the second we turn on the cameras, and you guys can't see that out there in internet land, but there's like 7 cameras here, and we have 2 high-def cameras looking at her beautiful face, and some people can't. And every time I say that, she gets more nervous, so I'm making it worse. So I'm going to talk to Scott.
Take it on.
Take it on, Scott. So let's get back to the median. And we've got more calls here, so I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls. But
Okay.
The median price on the houses and how it's going?
Median prices are going up, just very shortly, because they're taking in all aspects of the business.
Right.
Traditional resale along with short sale and
Right.
bank foreclosures.
Right.
So prices are inching up, and you know what? It's great. It's good controlled growth.
Sure.
For those of you that are listening that were here in, anywhere from 2004 to 2006, that was not normal growth.
You remember the numbers back then? Was it 15, 20% monthly, weekly?
Monthly, exactly.
Yeah, monthly, yeah.
I mean, when you could buy a home for $250,000 in April and turn around and sell it for $310 in August, that's not normal.
That's play money. That's it had to explode, and it did.
And the worst part is most everybody didn't think it was ever going to end. This
Right.
was the way it was going to be.
Right.
And then April of 2007 happened.
Right. Now, in your numbers there, when you talk about the median prices going up, is that, I guess, bifurcated from distressed to non-distressed, or is it all clumped in together?
It's all clumped in together.
Is it?
We are seeing a good controlled growth of anywhere between 1% and 3% a month.
Okay, and that's back when I was in school, in college, taking classes like this or econ classes, 2% was considered to be the actual growth. That means we had a caller. This is a little bell. He's happy that he's got that little bell now.
I
'cause
love
otherwise
that
we
little
just
bell.
ignore him.
I was
just
going to
take the
use.
calls.
I have a one that says boing, and I was going to use that, but I figured you might not like it.
No, I like the bell. I prefer the bell.
Okay, we'll use the bell.
It's soothing.
Jen from Phoenix wants to know. So is guaranteed closing then?
Yeah, Jen, Guarantee, after 33 years of being a family-owned business, just kind of the times caught up to them, and they sold the receivables. And basically, First American was kind enough to step in to handle all those files and make sure that no transactions fell through the cracks. The owners basically struck a deal with First American because they were our underwriters, or they are Guarantee Title's underwriters, and they hired everybody as temporary employees. I mean, that's unheard of in this market, in any market. So they hired everybody, and they gave everybody a chance to basically interview. And whenever there was openings, they took on people, and they took on some great people.
That's a great company.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When I heard that, I went, really? This is just cool. Because if you take a look back at the history in this market, 50-some-odd title companies went out of business, literally shut their doors. Employees trying to open the doors, alarm code's not working, phone number's not working, email's not working, didn't get paid the last couple paychecks. It's not what happened here. So Jen, thank you for asking, because I think if you're in the business, you probably heard some rumors. There really shouldn't be any rumors. It's just really flat out. They decided to not have a title company any longer. Does that sum it up?
That does sum it up, but just as a clarification, you got to remember it's the title agencies.
Agencies, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah,
So.
and I keep saying that. And that's in my
And that's
vernacular.
That's everybody thinks that way.
The agency is more like if you go to an insurance company that can get you Prudential, Geico, or whatever. That's an agency. An insurance company is the company that writes the paper, like Scott said a couple minutes ago. So thank you for clarifying.
There are very few companies in the world that are nationwide or international.
Right.
I think there's probably less than 6 that are international.
Right.
Probably a few more than that are national.
Right. It's just tremendous, in any type of business to be around that long. So kudos to the management and the other folks that are over there. And I've met some great people. So
Well, we're glad you joined our family.
me too. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Back to you, Scott. She gave me the code, which was she squeezed my knee to the point where I almost kicked the table. But back to the median number. So they're
This is
going up.
interesting, though.
They're
Yeah,
going up.
so there's a lot of pockets. So Phoenix is very unique. It has a lot of micro economies, what I call it. Certain areas that are just jumping up like crazy. Certain areas that are not good investors. Other areas may be. And I noticed that Scottsdale actually is kind of rebounding. The luxury areas.
The luxury that was hit the hardest. You're
Right,
absolutely right.
right.
And a big part of that too was lenders weren't lending.
No more jumbos. Now
No more
they're
jumbos.
back. Right.
So that was good, and it is rolling back in. The prices in the luxury market have not gone up, I think, the way everybody would have liked.
So
to
it's
see.
still a steal at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
a good deal in Phoenix right now.
I think so. So if you're listening from abroad, it's a great place to come. And we're going to give Sally Shino's contact information out in just a second here. But I'm going to give our phone number out because I know Joe just got a call. So those that may want to call in, 480-745-1033. Please call in. And Joe, we just had a caller.
And this one is for Sally.
Sally Shino.
Sally
Really?
Shino. Pete and Lori Campos from St. Louis, Missouri are moving here in March. They want your contact information because they want to know if you can help them find a home so when they come out here, they're all set via the internet.
Absolutely. You want to throw out your
Back and forth
your
type of thing.
Absolutely.
phone number and your email address?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me at shino.associates@gmail.com.
You want to spell that out?
Yeah, that'd be good.
SHINO.associates.com.
You don't have to spell that.
You've got a little bit of a twangy accent there. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Well, I was going to say
Chicago.
Kentucky.
I sell house.
I was gonna
Arizona,
say Kentucky,
Chicago
too.
style.
Yeah, I was going to say
That's my
Kentucky
slogan.
or Trinidad. I wasn't sure which one.
Trinidad's close, huh?
It was. I don't know where I got that, but you look like a beach-going kind of gal that you lay around, drink margaritas occasionally. You do
Really?
look. You do. Sally Shino looks like a beach-going kind of gal.
Probably wearing flip-flops, the ones that have
I think so.
right?
I'm like Michigan, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. She's got
And,
Chicago.
and
That's
a
right.
little Wisconsin in there,
Yeah.
too.
A little bit.
A little
Very
Michigan,
close, huh?
Chicago, lower part of Canada, I think.
But
That's what
all
I've
the good
guessed.
sections of those areas,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right?
yeah, and you look a little Greekish too. Is that
No Greek.
no Greek?
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean. See, well, Jamaica is that Mediterranean? It's
That is-
not, but
that is
I'm
not.
just going to throw that out because
Is that
I just felt like
that was
saying
a stretch.
Tom's done,
That was a stretch.
Tom's done a lot of travel.
I travel all over the world to Mediterranean
Well,
islands
it's German,
in
English,
Greek.
Irish.
Jamaica's, that's the
Oh.
Black Sea, Tom.
There you go.
You both need to get out more.
I know.
Crazy.
Joe never leaves the studio. Come on now.
Did you
It's
ask
got
me
everything
last
here.
night? I have that question for you. It was about 8 o'clock last night. You asked me to be on the radio, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. We talked about all that things you can or can't say. You're doing a good job at not saying the stuff you can't say.
I'm not
so
saying
thank
much.
you.
You're doing a really good job with that.
Okay, but our caller, what was his name again?
Pete and Lori Campos.
Pete and Lori Campos. Thank you for calling in, and Sally Shino will take care of you. So
And remember that Shino, SHINO.associates.com. And just send her your information. Get in touch with Sally there, and she will help you out.
absolutely.
Go above the calling. Mm-hmm.
So let's get back to what somebody should look for in a realtor. So tell us 3 of your best qualities, because that's really what people want to look for, your qualities. And I think your qualities are good because you do very well in the market. I mean, I've heard your name out there. People talk about you.
I think
In a good way.
what sets me apart is I go above the calling. Unlike other agents and stuff, it's just not good enough in this market to collect emails and do automatic emails. I do a lot of chasing down, trying to find that diamond in the rough, that house for you.
Right. Now, do you
I work
specialize in a certain area, or?
Well, I work with a lot of investors, so I
Uh-huh.
work with a lot of pocket leads. So they're not really listed out there on the arm list. There's no need for...
See, pocket leads. So that's for the caller who just called in. Describe pocket leads, because that to me is one of those hidden things that you don't hear in the news. People discuss like,
Right.
how did that guy buy that house? I don't even remember seeing a sign go up in that neighborhood. I wanted that house in that neighborhood. I don't care what house it was. I wanted Arden Park. I wanted Carreiro Estates. No sign went up. How did that happen?
Yeah, primarily with the investors, when they do the fix and flips, they could save some costs than, on the buyer side. And there's enough buyers out there to,
So pocket leads. So that's when they basically spread the word via phone. Like pss, pss, pss. They
Right.
tell other realtors that are in the know, like yourself,
Right.
about these listings. So before they go up, they want it in somebody's hands before it gets on MLS. Is
Right.
that correct? Mm-hmm. And what money is saved there because there's no extra costs and
On the
double
buyer side,
double
yeah.
dipping. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. So.
Yeah.
If I was coming in the area, I would want a realtor that, me being in the business, I would ask that question.
Yeah, you kind of think out of the box and,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
All right, good. So that's one. Give me one more. You got to have 3 before you can leave tonight. Otherwise, you're going to be singing karaoke. And we have the disco ball right there.
Well,
so.
you know what? I treat every transaction like my own, so
Right.
I go above the calling,
Right.
as far as...
Right. And you work 24/7, 364 and a half days a year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have a little team, and
Uh-huh. And who's part of your team? Who's the title company that's on your team?
First
American
American.
Title, Tom Diller and Scott Goddard.
absolutely.
See, I got to say First American Title now 3 times. That's what I used to say about Guaranteed Title. Otherwise, I don't get my gas paid.
I work with a lot.
No, our new deal 6.
Oh, that's right, 6 times. I got to say it 6 times.
My specialty has been with the first-time buyers too, because we work with less than rent programs,
Right.
zero down programs.
So that's good. So you know a lot of the loan programs that are out there. So it surprises me. There's a lot of wonderful realtors out there, and some know more than others. Some work with realtor or lenders that are good on their team, but there's some realtors that know the lending world and have good lenders. And I think there's a key difference there. And I know we've had a couple calls come in now, and we'll let Joe take this call, and we'll jump on this other caller over here. But thank you everybody for calling in. And we just have a couple more minutes before our first break, believe it or not. So we'll refill your glass of Coca-Cola for you to drink. Anything weird you see going on in the market, Scott? Any anomalies happen at this point? Anything people should be aware of?
Really not any anomalies. We're doing things right this time. I mean, the appraisers are working with the banks. The banks are lending. I think the appraisers could work with us a little bit better. I mean, that's a little more regulated. So
highly regulated.
Highly regulated, but things are good. Things are working the way they're supposed to now.
Right.
And everybody asks, when's it going to get back to normal? Well, this is the new normal. This is good.
It is.
I like that word, the new normal, and it's really just the way it should have been for a long time. That's the way it was for a long time. And if you keep consistent growth, there's no cliff to jump off of or to fall off of. If you go up too fast and too high, you're going to fall off, and that's what happened. That's the bubble.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
It wasn't a bubble. It was
a cliff, and I'm going to trademark that. It was not a bubble. It was Tom Diller's trademark cliff.
There you go.
Hey,
That's
Mr.
right.
Diller, you have a call on the line right now. You've got Angela calling in. Angela, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Angela, thank you for calling. What's your question, young lady?
First of all, I want to say that I really love your show, and it's
Thank
a great
you.
place to get informed, and especially a good resource for professionals
Well, thank
to
you.
learn things. I love listening and gaining more knowledge. And I think First American Title Company made a great choice in bringing Tom and his team over. It seems to be a smooth transition for my files.
So you're a
And
realtor
as always,
then?
Tom, you rock.
Well,
Oh,
thank you. And let's clarify, you're not my cousin, you're not my mom, you're not my sister. We're not related in any
No.
way. I didn't pay you $20 before tonight. Is that correct?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, God.
Not yet. Nice.
So I owe her $20. Angela, you're awesome. Angela, Toma Brothers, correct? This is Angela Monte,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so from Toma Brothers. So a little plug out to Toma Brothers. They're a luxury realty firm on the Biltmore right off of Camelback, and they just do a wonderful job. Angela, Mike, Ben, Mihai, and all the folks over there, thank you so much, and I'm glad you're going to bring your transactions over to First American Title Insurance Company.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
No,
have a
thank
good
you.
evening. I just wanted to let you know I appreciate all your hard work.
Well, thank you for the call, and we appreciate you listening to KQCK Live
Okay,
and In the
have a
Know
good
with Tom
one.
Diller.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, that was nice.
Yeah, it's really
That was
very
very
nice.
nice. Well, thank you, Angela, for calling. We appreciate it. And if you're listening in the office over there, thank you all for listening. And when I keep saying listening, those of you that are on your computers or phones, you can click on the little button that says Watch Now, and we are actually high def, and we have 2 cameras and spotlights on Sally Shino right now. So if you turn it on, I'm sure I will win the bet, and she will get a couple of marriage proposals tonight. So please call in and ask her to marry you,
And
so I can win.
just a few buyers would work.
and ironically, since you talked about a Canadian caller, we have a Vancouver caller, Mike Frost, and he didn't direct this to anybody, but he said, do you feel it's too late for investors? I have properties all over the country, but nothing in the Phoenix market at all.
I'm going to let everybody answer this. I'm going to start off with no, absolutely, it's not too late to invest. This is a perfect place for folks in Canada because, number one, the exchange rate, the way the taxes work. I don't think it's ever going to be a bad time. But with that said, that's not the only 2 reasons. Right now, just the amount inventory is low, but the inventory is good. So a lot of the stuff that's been sold has been sub $80,000 properties. Those are mostly gone. Investors got all those. In fact, they went up to about $175,000 to $180,000 on those. So the sweet spot, which I consider to be the 150 to 250 range, right? Wide open, fair game out there. Just a
Absolutely.
lot of great properties out there. Chandler's doing well. Gilbert's doing well. Scottsdale, I mean, the entire valley. Litchfield, a lot of good buys out there.
So let me ask you this. For the normal person that, say, if they're going to spend $150 on a house now, what would they really be getting? Say if they were buying 6 or 7 years ago, what would they be getting now for 150?
Sure, I'm going to let Sally Shino answer that.
Well, 150. The closing costs are involved now too. So the low interest rate, and you have the granite. It's a turnkey kind of home.
I mean, but would you be getting something that's worth 300 or 250?
Oh, you're talking about its price point.
Right.
On the 150?
Just curious.
I mean, what it would be priced in 2006?
Because I know,
Yeah.
I know what
okay.
I know what I bought out here and how high my property got, and then where it hit a low point. I'm just curious where we're back at.
You know, the way you say that, the surrounding areas did take a harder hit because the growth back in those days, 5, 6, 7 years ago, was a lot higher than inner city. When I say inner city, I mean suburbs also, Chandler, Gilbert, parts of Scottsdale, parts of, Glendale and Peoria. Further out, Queen Creek, Buckeye, Verrado, those areas that grew very fast, the pricing went up and dropped harder than most other areas. Those areas are still recovering, so those are areas that investors still can find outstanding deals. Just driving into your studio, I see brand spanking new homes in the $125, $130 range. Right, just coming out over here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's LGI right around the corner. Those are what they're advertising $650 a month PITI or something like that.
I know a woman who bought a home that was about $600,000 out here in Queen Creek. It was like $580, and she paid $240 for it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean
Yeah. So in the $150,000 range, it really depends where you
What
want to
area
buy.
and stuff, yeah.
I mean, there's very nice areas of Mesa by the mountain back over there. What's that, Los Andes? That 150 is going to be the oldest and the smallest.
I don't think
But
you can
then
get 150 in Los
you
Angeles.
can't. So,
No.
but in that area over there. But then you go further in the older part of Mesa, 150 will get you something turnkey.
Absolutely.
So even in Chandler, there's parts of Chandler in the older area on the north side of 202 that 150 will still buy you a nice home. On the other side, I think the median price is now close to $300,000 again on the south side of the 202, or close to it.
Or close to it.
Yeah,
You're right, yeah.
yeah.
And it has gone up, and it comes down to the three most important laws of real estate: location, location, location.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly. We're going to go to a break in just a second here, but he's got a caller, and let's see if the caller wants to come on air. And caller is not going to want to come on air, but Joe's writing down the question. And it looks like drive to Vegas tonight with Sally Shino and get married.
Here's the first one.
Gotcha. Thanks, Brendan. Bye. Were you actually having dead air? What's going on?
No, we're just waiting for you to talk about the caller. So I
Waiting,
apologize.
I was even afraid to write. You were waiting.
I'm sorry. We're just trying to keep talking, but she keeps, every time I embarrass her, she grabs my knee, and it throws me off a little bit. So that's why I'm embarrassing her more.
That was
because
actually me.
I'm enjoying that a little bit.
That was me, Tom.
Thank you.
Brendan out of Kingman says he wants to move to the East Valley, and he just wanted your contact info.
Yeah,
Great.
Sally Shino lives in the East Valley, right? So this is kind of her expertise. I know you go all over the valley, but yeah, go ahead and throw out your number, and we're going to take a break right after you do that.
He can call me at 480-326-1851.
Okay, outstanding. Now we're going to go to our sponsors, and we love our sponsors, and we certainly want you to listen to the sponsors and come back in about 90 seconds, and we'll continue our In the Know with Tom Diller and our wonderful guests, Sally Shino and Scott Goddard. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in a couple seconds.
Are you having plumbing or septic problems? No worries. Call Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Been in the Valley since 1996. Family owned and operated. Proudly serving East Valley and surrounding areas. With a full range of services from drain cleaning, septic tank pumping, general maintenance and repairs, inspections for the sale of your home. They provide excellent and courteous service for all your plumbing and septic needs. We're not satisfied till you are satisfied. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Call today. Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Contact Denise at 480-987-8051. That's 480-987-8051. Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your college, your way. Our family pets are such a big part of our lives. That's why Kelly's Critter Clips of Queen Creek and Sun Lakes has been providing pet grooming services for over 10 years. Your dog's comfort is very important to us, so we take the time to treat your pet with care, love, and professional attention it deserves. We welcome any size and breed and feature shampoo and conditioning, styling, flea and tick dips, ear cleaning, nail trimming, and so many other services that will leave your pet looking good and smelling good and feeling great, all at an affordable price. Located in Queen Creek and Sun Lakes, call now for an appointment, 480-655-5066. Kelly's Critter Clips. Hi, Marie here for wannasing.com. Are you looking for professional DJ or karaoke services for your next holiday party or get-together? wannasing.com can provide the best in sound, lighting, and a professional MC to host your next event. Whether it be a company party, birthday party, wedding, or any occasion, wannasing.com is ready to provide the fun and make it a night to remember for years to come. Call 480-664-8801. That's 480-664-8801. Mention this radio ad and receive a special discount for your next fun event. wannasing.com.
Now this is...
Welcome back to In the Know with Tom Diller at KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. Going out to Maricopa County and the world. The world? We're going out to the world, right?
We're global, my friend.
Global. Anywhere there's an internet connection, you can see us, you can listen, and you can watch. So just make sure to click on the little button that says Watch Now. You can see us in beautiful high dev, and especially when we have Sally Shino on air.
That's her Sally Shino.
Scott Goddard and Galactic Cells. Scott, we promised Scott we're going to come up with a little tagline for him during the break, and we just couldn't come up with it. He was feeling left out because, Sally Shino, it's just so easy and just to say her name. I just love saying it. Joe, say it a couple times.
Sally Shino.
Yeah, I love listening to it, too.
It's wonderful.
I do. I love saying it, and I love listening to it. So
wow.
We had a lot of great callers from Canada calling and some from other parts of the valley up in the mountains. So let me give the phone number out there one more time, 480-745-1033. And again, I'm Tom Diller, and this is In the Know with Tom Diller. And I'm here because First American Title Insurance Company lets me come out here. So I want to thank them big time. And I've got Scott Goddard here to talk about the numbers. And during the break, he talked about, we need to talk a little bit more about the distressed housing out there because there's still quite a bit. And I was shocked at that number. I thought it'd come down quite a bit.
Well, and, think about it, it has. Right now, out of all the sales that we have, I said it was just a hair under 7,600 last month. Almost 44% of that were still considered distressed sales. Mm-hmm. That's the foreclosure short sale.
Right.
And that's a big chunk of our market.
It is a big chunk of the market.
And I think we had the call of the gentleman from Canada who said, hey, did I miss the boat? Absolutely not.
No.
It's still out there. If you remember, does anybody remember what the MLS active listing number was in November of 2008? Do you know what it was?
It was probably about 48,000.
3,200.
52,500.
That was up there, yeah.
That was the highest it's ever been.
You weren't even close, Tom.
Oh, I meant 32,000.
No, actually, the low was August of 2005. And I think we had like 14,100 total listings.
Oh, wow.
We've got people out there saying 43,560.
0.5.
People guessing.
That was a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
But you think about it. So right now, our inventory's down. We probably have an overall total inventory of less than 20,000, and that's okay because we have probably between 7,000 and 9,000 new listings every month coming on. So we're replenishing, and it's going up, and it's gone up in the last 5 months.
Absolutely.
back to the new normal. Way back when, let's say before the rise of all the property values, how many houses were usually listed at a time at a certain month? Was it around the same amount that's right now, or is it double, triple?
Oh no, anything, and you got to look at it as the market is right now. Like I said, we probably have less than 20,000, or just a hair under 20,000 listings right now. That's still less than 3 months of inventory
Sure,
if we're selling.
sure. So that's a
almost
healthy
8,000,
market, right?
Well, it's a healthy market. Still,
Yeah.
it's kind of barring between a buyer and seller's market there, but it
Sure,
is healthy.
sure. Well, it's one of those few rare times that it's a great time to sell and it's a great time to buy. How often does that happen with 3%, 3.25% rate or whatever? It's just multiple offers. I mean, do you do mostly listings, or do you work with buyers? Do you do both?
I do both, but primarily buyers.
Buyers. So on some of the listings that you see, I mean, you take your buyers out there and they write an offer for full price or what have you. Are they in line typically right away, or are you seeing that there's still some room to play there with the numbers?
No, it's always the highest and best game. So they're getting well over list price.
Well over list price. So, which is kind of a shame to somebody that's not a cash buyer, because if the house is appraised at $200,000 and they bid it up to $250,000, that $50,000's got to come out of pocket. A lot of people
Absolutely.
don't think about that. So
Right.
that's the disadvantage to not having that in your pocket. I think we got a couple more calls here.
Yeah, actually, we had. Let me see. I can't read my own writing sometimes. Brett from Paradise Valley wants to know: are you talking about Arizona or just Maricopa County? And he wanted me to personally tell you, great show, and he's a loyal listener every week.
Great, thank you, Brett. PV, actually, I saw the numbers earlier, and I was shocked that the values there is like $1.2 million, which is probably down quite a bit. Now, was he asking the values of the properties?
Yeah, or? That number that you guessed really low on. He wanted to know if that was just Arizona or if that was just
No,
Maricopa
that-
County.
that was Maricopa
yeah, Maricopa
County.
County.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was actually goofing around with the numbers. I knew it was
Right.
quite a bit higher than that. But since he's calling from PV, what are some of the stats in PV? Because that's a little pocket of just people think of old money, big sprawling properties, maybe a little bit older homes. I just love. We talked about hiking there. I love Camelback hiking, so that's kind of cool. So how's PV looking?
Right now, the median list price in PV is $1.8 million.
I said 1.2, so I was close. Look at that. Look at that, Mr. Scott Goddard.
Just right around the corner there, aren't you? Asking price per square foot's right at $362 a foot.
Oh my gosh! Okay, compared to let's say Mesa, what is it? $84 per square foot.
I'll
It's
tell you,
pushing the 90s.
Is it? We'll see. Look at that.
$93.
Oh well, the realtor should know, and she does know. So
Pedal in the streets every day.
there you go. Absolutely.
That was good.
And that was Sally Shino, by the way.
No, PV is a good area, but once again, it's a luxury market.
Right.
I mean,
right.
there's a certain clientele for that market, and you know what? They're coming back to Arizona
Right.
and they're buying.
I got a question. How about, is Troon considered an area? What's the Troon market looking like? Is that Cave? That's not Cave Creek, right? That's
Cave Creek Carefree. I don't have just the true numbers.
No?
I couldn't tell you that.
okay. Well, we got another caller here.
Actually, it was a comment out to Scott. It was Fred from Westcore wants to say, hey.
Hey,
to
Fred.
Scott. And he was watching.
Nice.
That was it.
Fred from Westcore.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate that.
Fred, thank you for watching. We appreciate that.
Is
Cousin,
that a
uncle?
friend of yours?
I don't know, but I'll pay him whatever just
That's
so
right.
it makes me feel good.
Marriage proposal.
Oh, let's hope not.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks for calling in, Fred.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's throw out some of the other high-end areas. DC Ranch, Greyhawk, some of those areas. Are those broken out of there?
No, they're not. But actually, the Carefree Cave Creek area, that was kind of a surprise to me.
You go out to the boulders out there and do that too?
Oh, yeah. That's a great area. But you think about those two areas up there. I mean, the median list price in Carefree, anybody want to take a guess?
I couldn't even. I have no idea.
I'll take a guess.
Go for it.
Right now?
Yep.
$420.
I'm going to say $950.
Oh, she's not biting on this one. She's thinking.
Come on, Sally Shino.
$545.
Hey, she's the closest. $797.
She's the real.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, I went over, so I
$797.
lose. So she wins the prize.
Well,
for
I wanted to
Jamaica.
play it like the
Nice.
price is right.
Yeah.
So if you go over, you don't
$1.
win. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. It's always $1.
But you think about that Carefree Cave Creek area. We have the same thing in Cave Creek. Anybody want to guess the median list price there?
Cave Creek.
Okay, so that's
I'm going with the same guess.
Yeah.
420.
$420.
$390.
$390.
Come on, Sally Shino.
$450.
$451.5.
Sally
Don't you
Shino.
just love Sally Shino?
Sally Shino, you're my new favorite person.
I just love Sally
thank
Shino.
you.
She's the best. Sally
I'm gonna
Shino.
scream out her name all night. Sally Shino.
That's my hobby, study homes.
Sally Shino.
No pun intended, Tom.
Wow.
See, look at that. Look at that. Yep, I've been working out every day.
Not touching that one.
Scott's regretting the drive all the way out here to the compound, I think. We'll edit all that last part out. Wait, we can't. It's live, isn't it?
Right.
It is live.
You can edit out your own copy.
All right.
It stops there.
Sally, how long have you been doing this again?
2003.
And what did you do before this?
I was a physician consultant. Did I say it right?
Physician's consultant.
And I own a wellness center in Gilbert.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So you're a people person, so that's why you do so
Absolutely.
well as a realtor.
I had about 54 offices in Chicago and 36 here.
54 offices?
Those were yours?
Consulted, yeah. Doctor.
Sally Shino's a rock star.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, if I wanted my wellness place consulted, I'd want it done by Sally Shino.
I would,
There you
too.
go.
Only
a
by
long
Sally
time.
Shino.
Or Scott. Or Scott.
We'd let him do it, too. just
Right, oh, yeah,
because,
for sure.
nobody's asking about Scott Goddard.
Equal opportunity.
That's right.
Yeah, it was 2003. 2003, I opened up a wellness center in Gilbert.
Uh-huh.
That was my first transaction in real estate, selling a clinic.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. So how did you fall into real estate? Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, it just was a natural because I'm a consultant. You know, all my
Mm-hmm.
life I love people, and that's one thing that I was passionate about when I was young in my 20s, and I just
Right. So 8 years later,
yeah. I moved here from.
you didn't catch
Chicago.
that. I'm saying you're 28 years old.
Oh,
So
wow.
you're probably 26, and I'm probably telling you you're too old. But no, you're not. You're Sally Shino. Doesn't matter how old you are. You're just Sally
I'm
Shino.
Sally Shino.
So you became a realtor, and you started working with buyers.
Mm-hmm. I started my career in new homes. First
Uh-huh.
commercial, I did a little 3.5 my first year in commercial.
Wow. So you're up there. That's why we have you here. We did a little background check, and I saw your commercial that you did when you were
Right.
younger.
Yeah, and
Tell us about your commercial that you did when you were younger. I'm lying. I never saw it. You just,
I was going to say, did
Fine,
you?
but you did a
It
commercial,
was
right?
you know, commercial and land was fun, but it's good old boys industry.
Uh-huh,
You know,
sure.
It's very impersonal. I like
I saw the commercial, by the way. I remember it.
the commercial.
You were laying out by a pool. Was that you?
I did do a commercial, but I worked in commercial.
This was a different Sally Shino,
I
obviously.
don't know.
How many Sally Shinos do you know?
I think I have 3 now with this Sally Shino.
No, I wasn't.
She's everywhere.
I wasn't a commercial, real estate commercial.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. A real estate
That's
commercial.
awesome.
But I get into selling commercial condos my first year in the real estate. Jim
Excellent.
Riggs, Shea Commercial, yeah, out in
Nice.
Scottsdale.
Very nice.
And then I went a little bit in land and went and dove into the new home industry. And
Okay. Now you kind of have a big surprise. You're actually opening your own brokerage. So you're looking for folks to work on your team.
Absolutely.
Is that correct? So when does that happen, and how long? Because I know it's not easy to become a broker.
no,
It's not an easy step up. Because basically, when you become a broker, you're telling people in the whole world that you are the subject matter expert in not only buying and selling, but in real estate law and all that kind of stuff. So you're taking the leap to be a business owner when it comes to real estate. All realtors are business owners. There's their own
Absolutely.
small business by virtue of being a realtor, independent contractor. But a broker basically takes liability to all the folks underneath them. So that's what you're going to be doing. So
right.
that's awesome. So
Probably
in this,
go to 2013.
yeah, in this economy, it's not a bad economy. It's maybe stable, a little rocky here
This
and
is
there.
the time to do it.
Right, it's a time to jump in, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what made your decision to jump into being a broker.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how many people do you want working for you, and who are you looking for? What
And
type
we need
of
to.
agent?
And the last 2 calls we just had were guys saying, "Where do I apply?" So please give out that information now. And by the way,
be a spouse?
you don't call the radio station after the show to ask where to apply with Sally Shino. so please give out that contact info.
She'll be waiting for you in Vegas tonight at the Little White Chapel, so I can win my $20. So
We're leaving time out over here.
no, you forgot your name. That's Scott Goddard over there.
Scott.
Tom's over here.
Scott.
This is right here, Tom. Right here.
So on a serious note, is there an online application anywhere, or is there a place to people can
They could just email me at Shino Associates. Yeah.
Shino SHINA.associates.com and email her there? That would be where to find out about employment.
Absolutely. So small team, big team. You're just going to go out there with a couple people you know. I'm sure you've already thought about that.
Currently I have probably about 7 to 10 on my team here.
Oh, nice.
Well,
nice.
we just recruited 2 new players.
Sure.
First American.
You did.
Nice.
Nice. Well, you got to work with the people that are on top of the market. And that's
I'm
us.
looking more for like a boutique though, because I think that's where it's moving into. Just a small boutique.
Sure.
What is that?
Boutique would be like a C21 would be
a boutique.
Yeah, boutique.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't hear it right.
Individuals that really are in it for the business, not these part-times, you list a house, you can't get a hold of them. These are genuine entrepreneurial people that want to own their own business or grow a team.
Gotcha.
Part of my consulting and mentoring and training all my years, that's my job to do as a broker, is to field trade them and, teach them how to run a business.
Outstanding. Scott, back over to you. We talked a lot about the numbers that are out there and the distressed sales. Where do you see the market going in the next 12 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months? Further out, 3 years. Where are you going to be 3 years from now?
Can I answer that question after the November elections?
I'll
have a much clearer vision at that point in time.
A lot of pivotal things that could happen. There's a lot of laws out there that could, that's sunset on those some of those things that are going to be out there, tax laws or what have you, where it could be not as beneficial to short sell, I guess.
The anti-deficiency law.
The anti-deficiency law, that's looming.
That is due to expire at the end of this year, and it has been rewritten into a law under about 47,000 under other things in that bill. So it's kind of scary. That thing may or may not pass.
Right.
And if that doesn't pass at the end of the year, that's definitely going to change the framework of what we're doing.
So you think short sales will come to a halt, or it's going to be very strategic?
No, it's going to come to a halt because there's, I don't want to say that there's a benefit to short selling, but
right
a
now
lot
there
better.
is.
It's a lot better than to give it back to the bank.
But if there's no benefit, why do it? So if at a point where it's going to harm your family and your financial well-being.
Absolutely.
By getting nailed by certain deficiencies, like banks. Deficiency basically means the bank could come. You sell your house for whatever, $200,000. You owe the bank $300,000. They're going to come after you for $100,000 and attach your wages for the rest of your life. So more
and
foreclosures.
Foreclosure doesn't do that.
We're going to have another round of REOs. Is that after the elections? So what's your crystal ball say there, Mr. Scott Goddard?
I can't really see where the government would allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that would really be a blow to our economy.
Another couple-year extension.
I see the extension happening, and if that happens, we're really going to get into a healthy market again.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we've got mortgage law out there saying the anti-deficiency law is not set to expire. The Mortgage Debt Relief Act is set to expire.
My apologies. You're correct.
And thank you. Looks like we have an
much.
attorney that's out there listening, so thank you. Usually we have an attorney on here. That's one thing that I love about this show, that I can bring knowledgeable attorneys that kind of keep us straight, because we sometimes talk very fast.
And as long as they're out there
we
listening
misspeak.
and they can help us out, that's great.
That's even better. So thank you so much, Mr. Mortgage Law.
And we had Jake from Tempe that called in and wanted to know, how's the Ahwatukee market holding? Do you know an average price? And I just want to throw in there, I've been out, done a lot of work in Ahwatukee. How do you come up with an average price when there's such a wide range of
Ahwatukee has some of those areas that are
area.
just beautiful, that
Right.
are older money, they're older homes, but they're just they don't turn over too often. When they do, they people bid for those properties. It's just a great place. It's such an island of its own world over there, especially in the real estate world too. So Ahwatukee. So Scott's pulling up those numbers for Ahwatukee. Hopefully that's broken out of there.
Well, I actually have it broken down by zip code, and it's really kind of unusual to see this from one zip code to the other. I think it's 044 to 045.
Right.
The difference is between the median price. 044 is $225,000.
Okay, the condo areas, a lot of condos, right?
045 is $358,000.
So that's the difference. So it's very skewed there. So my gut tells me
so the
that's very
condos
low.
bring down the $20 million homes, brings it down to the regular price.
Yeah, my gut tells me I may be wrong here, but back when the market was shooting up, Ahwatukee had a lot of apartments that converted to condos. So there's a big glut of condos over there, right? All right. So that was all the rage.
And you do have a caller on the line right now. I believe her name is Kathy.
Kathy, thank you for calling. What's your question? Kathy, you there?
You with us?
Is that Kathy with a K or with a C? Because it really matters.
Shino in the house?
Sally Shino is in the house.
Oh, it's
she is. Is this the infamous
This is
Kathy?
C.
Kathy with a C or Kathy with a K?
Kathy with a C.
How are you doing, Kathy? Are you the Kathy that was at the open house that was taking all the door prizes?
I did. I accepted the door prize.
I'd like her for admitting that.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's how we open the show, talking about Kathy.
Yeah, she's selling all that stuff on Craigslist right now, by the way,
Fantastic.
at half the cost. So if you're looking for bottles of wine or iPads, she's selling them for like pennies on the dollar.
I'll take 2 of those, please, Kathy. Joe Carreiro's name.
I'll take 4.
Kathy, do you have a question, or are you just calling to heckle Sally Shino?
I'm just calling to give props to Sally because she's awesome, and anybody that deals with her will get excellent results.
Well, thank you so much for
thank you,
calling. We
Kathy.
knew that. That's why we have her here, and we can sense it. She's got that aura about her that is wonderful.
I'm not doing too well on this radio station right
You're
now.
doing great.
She didn't Bieber on us yet, though, so that's okay. Did you hear about Bieber? He threw up on stage. So
No,
she
I-
didn't, we're going to say
don't
that now
follow
on. She
that.
didn't Bieber on
And
us,
those
which is
$200
good.
tickets.
You st-
Yeah, he's-
$500 tickets.
You
They
still with us,
showed
Kathy?
projectile.
Is that crazy or
They
what?
showed they
Yes,
showed
I'm
him
still here,
barf.
and
It was-
I can barely hear them, so
okay, well, Kathy, thank you so much for calling
Thanks,
in.
Kathy. I love you.
love you too.
All right, we love you, Kathy.
Love
Bye-bye.
you, Kathy.
I
Scott
love you,
Goddard, do you
Kathy.
love Kathy?
I love Kathy too.
Kathy, you're well loved. You are loved out there, Kathy.
And we have a question from someone out there that says, ask the group whether they think they will see the apartments that converted to condos being converted in... Wait, I'm
Come
reading
back-
that
come
wrong.
back to
Ask the group
apartments.
whether they think we will see the apartments that converted to condos being converted back to apartments. There we go. That was confusing.
Can that happen? Does that happen out there? Does it happen? Now, I think
that's a process.
Yeah.
I mean, to
Yeah.
get them into condos is a process.
because people bought the condo.
I
So
don't
how do
know
you
if
have
you
to
can
buy them
reverse
back?
that.
I did my first 2 years in that 2000 and it was 2004 or 5 condo conversions in Scottsdale, and they were selling like hotcakes back then.
Right. So I guess the question is: so you converted to a condo.
Right.
Now somebody bought that box.
Right.
So those boxes are purchased. They're not being rented or leased anymore. Can you convert them back? I don't know that you can
No, you
unwind
can't do
that.
Is that
Now-
what happened out in South
wouldn't
Mountain?
Now,
Can you unwind that, Mr. Goddard?
What I'm thinking, and you tell me if I'm incorrect. I mean, if say we have a depressed condo development, and an investor comes in and buys them all offers,
He can then return.
and then he
Okay.
can return that too.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Not
probably the only way.
individually, though.
Yeah, I don't. That's real
Now
hard
I
to
think
do.
I've heard of a couple that they didn't completely convert. Maybe only 1 or 2 properties were purchased, and at that point it went under, and then they had to go
Rent out
back.
the rest.
Exactly. So I think it's a very rare situation that could happen. But if it's fully converted, they're condos.
They're condos.
They're
yeah.
condos now. So now the entire hour has gone by, which is just amazing. So Sally Shino, I'm going to let you throw out your contact information one more time. Try to do it without an accent, though. Some people may not understand.
You do pretty good at it.
Sally Shino. That would be Shino, SHINO .associates.com.
Perfect.
I love his radio voice. It's kind of cool. When
It
he
I
does
is.
changed that, don't I?
Yeah, when he's off air, he's really squeaky. It's
You
not
suck,
his voice.
Tom. I'm out of here.
And any agent out there that's looking for additional leads, I have a ton of buyer agent leads and looking for a little help, pedal the streets.
Excellent.
So give me a call at 480-326-1851.
You can't go wrong with Sally Shino. Mr. Scott Goddard, thank you so much for driving out here. You want to give them your contact information or website or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're a realtor out there and you're looking to build your business and to work with a great company and a great group, we have over 17 now with Tom, 18 account managers
Wow.
in the Valley.
Wow.
That's here to help you grow your business. Go to thinkfirstamerican.com and check us out, or you can check out our Facebook page at Facebook.com/FirstAmPhoenix.
Excellent.
Now, I also need to give a shout out to my kids because they said they were going to listen.
Shout out to your kids. Absolutely.
So this is to my daughter Shay and my son Parker. I hope you're listening, and I'll see you soon.
You know what's amazing to me? He seems like a really nice guy. I
He
can
is.
tell you're a
He
nice
is.
guy.
He is. That's part of what drew me to the company.
I
All the
can
people
tell
over
by
there.
people's voices how they are, and you're a nice guy.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Sweet.
Yep. Well, it's 6 o'clock now, and I'm Tom Diller, and you've been listening to In the Know with Tom Diller at KQCK. And one more time, I am now with First American Title Insurance Company. I'm proud of that. But thank you for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Good night, everybody, and thank you for listening.
Thanks for joining us today on In the Know with Tom Diller. We will always continue to strive to bring you the best in guests and to keep you informed on every facet of Arizona's volatile real estate market. Remember to tune in each and every week at 5 p.m. Arizona time exclusively on KQCK Radio Station. When it comes to real estate and more, be in the know.